According to Genesis 11, human civilization once operated under a single, unified language. Every single person on the face of the earth spoke the exact same words, creating a system of completely frictionless communication. This environment suggests an ideal state for humanity. If everyone understands each other perfectly, the primary causes of tribalism and conflict are removed, allowing for total global cooperation. But the text introduces a disruption: the invention of the baked brick and bitumen for mortar. Replacing a regular natural stone, these mass-produced bricks were identical. This standardization allowed early engineers to build at a scale and speed previously impossible for human hands. They applied this technology to a singular, ambitious project: a centralized megacity and a towering structure reaching into the heavens. The text specifies their goal: to make a name for themselves, and crucially, to ensure they would never be scattered across the earth. If global peace, perfect cooperation, and a unified technological triumph are the height of human success, it is strange that the Creator decides to intervene and shut the project down. To understand why this unity was viewed as a threat, we have to look back at the instructions given to the survivors of the Genesis flood. In Genesis chapter 9, God gave Noah a clear directive: be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. This design for humanity required constant movement. It demanded that people spread out, encounter different terrains, and geographically diversify as they populated the world. The builders at Babel were doing the opposite. By clustering everyone into a single city, they were looking inward, attempting to lock human history into a single, centralized location. Their fear of being scattered was a direct rejection of the growth and complexity that comes from exploring the unknown. Looking down at the city, the Creator observes that because the people are unified in speech and purpose, nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. In this context, impossible is not a compliment. It is a warning about the danger of a group that faces no internal resistance. If the bricks are identical and the language is standardized, there is no longer any friction in society. Without dissenting voices or competing cultures, there is no way for the individual to exist apart from the collective. When there is no other to challenge the group's perspective, the power of the state becomes absolute and unchecked. To break this cycle, the Creator does not use physical force or destruction. Instead, he attacks the source of the uniformity by confusing their language. Suddenly, the single speech that tied them together is gone. By making it impossible for the builders to understand one another, the Creator reintroduces the friction necessary for individual thought and cultural variety. The logistical breakdown is immediate. Without a shared language to coordinate the engineering, the project ceases. The builders have no choice but to migrate. They leave the city, beginning the exact scattering they had worked so hard to prevent. This movement transitions the biblical narrative into the Table of Nations. This singular event acts as the catalyst for the thousands of distinct languages and ethnic groups that would eventually cover the earth. This dispersion establishes the structural diversity of the human race. It forces a transition from a singular, centralized civilization into the distinct cultural histories that define our world. While a unified society seems stable, it is also vulnerable to a single point of failure. A scattered population is more resilient, allowing human life to persist through thousands of different experiments in culture and survival. The interactions between these different languages and borders are what lead to new ideas. True innovation requires the very misunderstandings and different perspectives that the Tower of Babel tried to eliminate. The Creator broke the unity of Babel because humanity's strength is not found in a single, identical wall of bricks. It is found in the chaotic, beautiful reality